Everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you guys are all fine, and like always I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with another Christmassy book of this month, the second last one. The book that I finished reading is absolutely so beautiful and so special. It's Letters from Father's Christmas. It's this nice huge hardcover. It's by JRR Tolkien. For those of you who don't know, Tolkien is the same author who has written Lord of the Rings. This book is actually a special edition. It was released when the book completed 100 years. So it was first published in 1920. And when it completed 100 years, they came up with this edition. It's beautiful. And it's filled with beautiful illustrations that something like this. I'm going to show it to you, some of them I have bookmarked and I will show it to you. So initially when I picked up the book, obviously it says that Letters from Father Christmas. So I thought that, it's going to be more for kids and maybe, I won't like it so much. But I have to say, being an adult, reading this book was such a delight. In fact, if you're like me and you love Christmas and you love everything associated with Christmas and do not find the idea of Santa Claus silly, because obviously it's not, then you should definitely pick this book up. Now coming to the story, what it is all about. So Tolkien's kid, they basically write letter to Father Christmas for around more than 20 years. And Father Christmas actually replies to their letters, and along with the replies he also sends them beautiful pictures all the way from North Pole. Now this book is basically a compilation of all the replies that Father Christmas sends to Tolkien's kids. These letters basically contains adventures and mischiefs and battles and all that goes in the North Pole and all the experiences of Father Christmas. Besides Father Christmas, another interesting aspect of this book or another interesting character that keeps you entertained is the polar bear. So polar bear is the, I could say, assistant of Father Christmas. So when Father Christmas is busy with all the preps, he's the one who writes letters, and he's someone who's always prone to accidents and mischiefs and chaos. So yeah, there are certain instances and incidences related to him which are absolutely funny. Besides the polar bear, you also read about incidences like when the reindeers go loose and they scatter the gifts everywhere. Then there is this really interesting chapter that talks about the battles of the goblins, with the goblins that Father Christmas and everyone who resides in North Pole faces. So all these interesting incidences are a part of letters that Father Christmas write to Tolkien's kids. Now as the letters, or as the years go by, with every letter you see that more and more characters, interesting characters keep getting added to the plot. I think all the letters are very loving, very sweet, heartwarming, and extremely funny. In fact, by the time, so Tolkien has 3 kids. So by the time the youngest daughter, she reaches the age when she is almost, it's her almost last letter to Father Christmas, you also realize that, how the kids have also changed over these period of 20 years. So there are many letters in this book. I'm going to read actually and talk about the interesting aspects of the book. I'm going to quickly read one of the letters. Okay, so if you see, the book has the original letters like this, so just scribbled, and then you have something that can be understood and well read. So it says, Cliff House, top of the world, near the North Pole, Monday, December 20th, 1926. So this book, like I said, was published in 1920s, and the last letter was written in 1943. So Father Christmas writes, "My dear boys, I'm more shaky than usual this year. The North Polar Bear fought. It was the biggest bang in the world and the most monstrous firework there ever has been. It turned the North Pole black and shook all the stars out of place, broke the moon into four, and the man in it fell into my back garden. He ate quite a lot of my Christmas chocolates before he said he felt better and climbed back to mend it and get the stars tidy. Then I found out that the reindeer had broken loose. They were running all over the country, breaking rings and ropes and tossing presents up in the air. They were all packed up to start, you see. Yes, it only happened this morning. It was a sleigh load of chocolate things, which I always send to England early. I hope yours are not badly damaged. But isn't the North Pole Bear silly? And he isn't a bit sorry. Of course he did it, you remember. I had to move last year. Because of him, the tap running on the Rory Bory fireworks is still in the cellar of my old house. The North Polar Bear, no, he must never touch it, but still he does." So basically all through these letters, you realize that Father Christmas really tries his best to keep up things organized and prepare for the Christmas and distribute the gifts all over the world. But you have characters like the polar bear, the goblins, the elves, and so many other people, who try to create chaos, some of them in a funny way, and some of them like goblins in a not so funny way. And I was talking about the illustrations, so I'll show you one which is actually very beautiful. Just hold on. So something like this, he has all these small illustrations. Again, this letter. This is written on the Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. "I am frightfully sorry. I gave this to the polar bear to post and he forgot all about it. We found it on the hall table today. But you must forgive him. He has worked very hard for me and is dreadfully tired. We have had a busy Christmas, very windy here. It blew several sleighs over before they could start. Love again, Father Christmas." So letters like this, which I found, there are also long letters, which obviously I won't be able to read here, but letters wherein he's describing when the polar bear goes missing and the battle with the goblins, what started it and how did they win and what all went through. There's this beautiful, one of my favorite illustrations in the book. I'm finding that to show you guys. Just hold on. I mean, the book is filled with so many illustrations. It's beautiful. Something like this. See it? Yeah. I think this is a beautiful book if you want to gift it to someone, for Christmas, and not just for kids, for anyone in general. What I also love is this, you see these stamps, the envelope, the calligraphy, all in the book. It's beautiful. In fact, there's a beautiful stamp here as well in the book. And the last letter, which I think made me very emotional, which I would like to read. So this is when the youngest of the daughter, Priscilla, Tolkien's daughter, she has finally, turned 14 and she's grown out of the age wherein she, has stopped believing in Santa, and she forgets to write him a letter, and Father Christmas writes back, "A very happy Christmas. I suppose you will be hanging your stocking just once more. I hope so, for I still have a few little things for you. After this, I shall have to say goodbye, more or less. I shall not forget you. We always keep the old numbers of our old friends and their letters. And later on, we hope to come back when they are grown up and have houses of their own and children." So the Father Christmas is writing to Priscilla that, "I know you've grown up and you've probably grown up out of the age of keeping stockings and writing letters to Father Christmas, but we do keep, I will always keep your old letters and your contact, because we do hope that when kids, they grow out of the age when they stop believing in Santas, they finally grow up, they have their own kids, and then someday through their kids they will write letter to us once more and believe in the magic of Christmas or Santa once again. And I think when I read this, I really got emotional. So yeah, I think that's all what this book is all about. Really sweet letters from Father Christmas. Now, interesting thing, these are actually letters that Tolkien himself wrote to his kids. So he pretended that he's Father Christmas, and all those years, 20 years or more than that, he wrote letter to his kids, pretending to be Father Christmas. And I think that's very thoughtful and kind of him and sweet of him as a father, because I was just imagining all the pains, not exactly the pains, but the hard work and the thoughtfulness that he's gone through the entire process. I mean, like I said, there are so many illustrations in the book, the stamping, the calligraphy, and the imagination of coming up with this whole scenes and colorful drawings. Like, this is one of the scenes when he's describing one of the antics of the polar bear. So doing all that for his kids, I think that was really amazing. In fact, I'm just still finding that illustration. I folded the page, but I just have to say that, for all of you, after hearing the review, if you feel that the book is interesting, I urge you all to buy this edition because it's beautiful. Like I said, there are beautiful drawings and a perfect gift if you want to gift it to a kid or just have it on your bookshelf. It's wonderful. So yeah, that's all on this wonderful, beautiful book, and I'm still not able to find the illustration that I'm hoping for. It's actually the polar bear when he oh, I found it. There's a soap on the staircase and he's carrying the gifts and he slips from the staircase. Yes, that's the one. I forgot to fold, but yeah. So yeah, that's all on this beautiful book. I hope you guys believe in the magic of Christmas and in Santa, and I'm going to see you guys next week with the last book for Christmassy month, and then I'm so excited to pick up books for January. So yeah, that's all.